Today we are going to continue focusing on area, but we are going to learn some additional ways that we can measure area. Today's objective says students will be able to relate area to addition and multiplication by using area models. There aren't any new vocabulary words for today, but we do need to again review that area is the measure of the number of unit squares needed to cover a flat surface. Like I mentioned earlier, we are going to learn some new ways to find area today. We are specifically going to focus on 3 strategies. Those strategies are counting squares one by one, use repeated addition, and use multiplication. We'll practice each of these, but I encourage you to solve questions on your learning check using the strategy that you are most comfortable with. Now that we have heard what each of the strategies are, let's practice each of them. The first one is to count the unit squares to find area. We've done this in 2 lessons and you are probably really good at it by now. Here is the figure. Now we can count the unit squares. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we know that the area is 18 square units. Let's look at the next strategy. We have the same figure, but this time we are going to use repeated addition. We can do that by counting the number of rows that we have, as well as the number in each row. We see that we have 3 rows of 6. That means that we can add 6 together 3 times. So 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 18. Which that again means the area is 18 square units. Now we are going to practice the last strategy, which is using multiplication. This one will be pretty easy because we know all about arrays and multiplication already. Let's look at that figure again. We can see that we have 3 rows down and 6 in each row. That means we can set up the multiplication problem 3 times 6. We know that 3 times 6 is 18, so the area is 18 square units. Let's try another example using the 3 strategies. This time we'll have a different figure. We'll start our first strategy where we count the square units to find the area. Let's count them together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we see that the area is 15 square units. Now we move on to repeated addition. We see 3 rows down and 5 in each row. That means we can add 5 together 3 times. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 equals 15. Again, the area is 15 square units. And finally, we will practice using multiplication. Remember, we find out how many rows down and multiply that number by the number in each row. So we see that there are 3 down and 5 across. Now we can set up 3 times 5, and we know that 3 times 5 is 15. So again, we see that the area is 15 square units. Here's another example. We will start with counting the unit squares. Let's count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. The area is 14 square units. Now we need to do repeated addition. Remember, first figure out how many number of rows there are going down, so 2, and then figure out the number in each row, which is 7. We have 2 rows of 7, which means we can do 7 plus 7, and we know 7 plus 7 is 14, so the area is 14 square units. Now finally we're going to use multiplication. We see that we have 2 rows down, we have 7 in each row, we have 2 rows of 7. We set up 2 times 7, and we know 2 times 7 is 14, so the area is 14 square units. Alright, here's our last example for the day. This is the figure. In just a second, I am going to tell you to pause the video and find the area of this figure. You can use any of the 3 strategies that we have learned today. Make sure you pick the one that you are most comfortable with. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and find the area. When you are done, push play. Great, you have had the chance to find the area. So did I. I will show you how I solved. Remember, it is fine if you used a different strategy as long as you got the same answer. Okay, I chose to use multiplication. I saw that there were 3 rows down and 9 across. So I did 3 times 9, and I know that 3 times 9 is 27. So the area is 27 square units. Today, as you work on your learning check, please make sure that you take your time, pick the strategy that works best for you, and try your hardest.